Hey everybody, what's up? So I was thinking about what games would I like to see that we haven't seen for quite a while on new generation. And with the 3DS, I really think that should get a new Golden Sun game. If you don't know what it is, it's an RPG where there were two initial games from the GBA. They kind of wrapped themselves up nicely, and then they made a third one for the DS, which was a different style. You still got a lot of the same elements, basically like the Jin, the puzzles, a lot of the RPG elements that we saw from the first two games. The way the third one ended really left a lot of room for more games. The problem is with the 3DS games in that we haven't seen anything, and I think that's a real disappointment because it is such a great series, at least in my opinion. Um, I don't understand, for example, like why we haven't gotten a new Ace Attorney Miles Edgeworth game. There was the one in Japan that people say, oh, if you get it, you can get a patch. I don't want that. I think there's enough of a market where they could get another one out there. And we had a Professor Layton Phoenix Wright crossover. Why can't we get that? Something I just wanted to add in there. But yeah, I mean, Phoenix Wright is such a great game series. It's just something I want to see. Uh, Another game of people. Obviously, one of the other things that I kind of mentioned is people talked about different collections. I know on the Switch, there was a new shooter collection out from some games that were famous in Japan. And with Night Trap coming over to the Switch, I really think it's time for them to bring more of these games out for whatever the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch. There's so many great games that they could probably still release. You know, you could take the earlier Mario games, put in a bundle. Uh, Trying to think of other ones, but there's so much. I mean, Nintendo could, in my opinion, if they could figure out how to do it, and I'm sure they could, if you could figure out how to make a light gun for current gen, not only systems, but the TVs we have, just think of all the games that you could re release and do a lot with. I mean, there are people that probably want that because once CRTVs are no longer available, a lot of these games are going to be gone. Uh, so, yeah, I mean, definitely something that they need to think about. Here's one of the reasons why these collections are needed as well. A lot of people can't afford some of these games. If companies are still around, or somebody could buy the rights somehow, or figure out what to do, there's still a lot of games that can be released. If you could make one big Castlevania up to a point collection, that would be great. But there's so much more, like Rondo of Blood, other games. I think that they have a lot of potential. I know with e-stores, I don't want a lot of that stuff. I know, I'm trying to think of what it was. Iron Skies or something like that. I downloaded it in my 2DS. Originally, it was $40. It was a Sega Genesis game. I'd have to look it up, and it's on the other side of the room. I was going to spend the $40 on it. $10, yes. And it's a shooter from the Genesis era that kind of like has a steampunk element to it, which is what I'm really got me interested in it. There's so many other games that just could be done. And one of the problems with each is that the downloading is not the problem. The problem is if somebody wants a game but they can't get it because they don't have a reliable internet connection, then I don't see a reason to why we can't have physical copies of these games. They would sell. Overall, I don't know. I mean, that's just my take on it personally. Let me know what you think. Talk to you later. Take care. Bye.